Hey everyone, welcome to the Game for Her. It's episode 3 of our discussion episodes. I'm Claire.
And I'm Angela.
Just welcome back. If you've been with us before, it's great to have you back. The Game for Her is for women, really, discussion about football, because there's a place for women's voices and women's opinions. And today, we just want to talk about a few things. We're going to be talking about Wonderkids in football. There's so many good young players coming through. But before that, Angela, how are you doing? It's been a little while. What's been standing out to you in football so far, the beginning of the season?
So yeah, thank you for asking. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. So yes, it's been like a couple of weeks. Yeah, I was kind of watching these days Champions League. Watched the yesterday night the WSL playing Arsenal against Tottenham. A little bit of PSG games, so only for Messi. Kind of see how the team is working on. So
Yeah, finally got his
yeah.
goal, didn't he, this week?
Finally in Champions League, so yes. Something that what I was watching in these days was Serie A actually, because this year, what I'm really surprising and really glad that every team really work on building up and getting back solid as a team. Like we haven't, especially AC Milan, they didn't have a lot of change in the team, but they focused and they preferred on growing up on what they already had. So it's like all the teams, it's like it's a building of 7 floors. It's like everyone is up there. It's like Napoli is playing so well. Roma with Mourinho as coach is doing so well as well
Tammy
with Roma.
Abraham representing
Yeah,
England. He's doing really
exactly.
well. Impressive.
Inter as well, surprisingly, even without Lukaku, they're playing so well too. AC Milan, they just growing so well. It's like a continue from last year. I said Napoli, Juventus, Lazio, AC Milan, Fiorentina. I don't know if you know the team, but
Yeah.
doing pretty well, pretty much well as well. Something like it's not a disappointing how I was telling you before, but it's like kind of Juventus because teams like you can think about Barcelona as well. And Juventus has been like Cristiano centric for a few years. Barcelona has been a Messi centric team for so long.
Many years.
So you just take those two top players outside,
Yeah.
and you can see how bad is doing
Yeah.
Barcelona, both in Liga and in Champions League. And Juventus is kind of like an adjusting time because they have really good quality players. I think honestly, for how I don't like saying, Juventus is one of the best team in the world in Europe for the good quality of player that they have. So they won last night, sorry, in Champions.
Oh, yeah.
So against Chelsea, that I was
Yeah.
surprised.
They were solid,
So
weren't they?
against the Chelsea was really good. So like they have really good quality players. But Chiesa yesterday night he scored is like such talking
Yeah.
about young players and
Yeah.
young top players,
Who for me was one of the best players of the Euros, actually,
Euro,
Chiesa.
yeah, talking about Wonderkids as well, Chiesa, and he scored and like he can be like one of the main team players players of Juventus this year. Instead than focusing around Cristiano Ronaldo and the team helping Ronaldo, Chiesa does the opposite. Is that kind of a player that wherever he's playing, he's going to help the team.
Yeah, brings in other players. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's really what I like about now about the Serie A. How it's
Very open.
yes, it's really open this year.
Yeah.
This year Inter is still up there. They're the champions, but it's like he has to compete and play so well if they want to be confirmed as champions.
Definitely, yeah, and lost their striker and how they deal with that. Yeah,
Yes.
It sounds exciting for the rest
It
of the
is.
season, doesn't it?
It's really open the game. Yes.
And the Women's Super League, I think we've both watched a little bit of that, haven't we, since our last video?
Yes.
Arsenal just absolutely killing it at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, goal machines, man.
Seriously.
Really. You too.
And
Yes.
beating City, didn't they? They're just laying down the markers of we're the team to look out for, and being very impressed by them.
They did. Yes, they did really well. Even yes, improving their team. Improving their
Mm.
team. They're really strong on the pitch. How they're
Mm.
playing. So it's exciting. Yes.
That's really
Yeah.
good. And for me, I had some people I know asking about women's football, and they're people that don't even like football that much, but they've seen it on the TV here, and it's really exciting for me. Like we talked about in the last episode, the new TV deal, and how it's just getting the game out there. And I just thought, yeah, that was really cool for me. Someone who doesn't even like football that much, but I've watched a bit of one of the women's games because it was accessible now. So I love that as well. It's exciting.
It is. Yes. It's like how much, even if it's like kind of slowly, like the women game is just growing so much, especially in the
Yeah.
UK in the last couple of years. So
Yeah.
how you said, it's on Sky Sport, the
Mhm.
zone, everything.
Yeah.
So in the
BBC. Yeah.
BBC as well, it's
Yeah.
not just there is not anymore the struggle where I'm going to watch the game.
Exactly. Exactly. Like every
So,
game is accessible, which I love so
yes,
much. Yeah.
it
Oh,
is.
it's so
Yes,
good.
I'm really glad about that. Yes.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Yeah, and the Premier League here has started well. Like it's so open so far. Like I think it will
Mm.
change. You always get your front runners, slowly start to, you know, keep going further in the season. They get higher up and get more points. But it's been an open season. Like no one's looked perfect. Like you think like Liverpool's looked okay. Man United started really well and then has had a couple of bad weeks. And Chelsea looks good, but then they don't have a great result in the like.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just a bit inconsistent still. Man City haven't started well, and so it's just very interesting. I think because there's been a lot of signings made, I think teams are still adjusting. Um, but it's been great to see so far. Like Brighton are right up there, which is great.
That's good.
A team like that starts so well, and I just love the Premier League because any team can beat anyone else on their day, and that's one of my favorite things. So, but yeah, enjoyed the start of the season. Got to a live game the other day. I was just
That's
telling
good.
Angela before we started. If you follow our Instagram, put a couple of posts up. Got to see a lower league match. I hadn't been there for a long time to that ground, and so that was really fun as well. Just to experience a completely other level of the game, but it was great. So yeah, it's been a good few weeks for me as well. Yeah.
Cool to see how like every league, every Premier, like even Serie A, like how much they're open this year.
Yeah.
Even like Real Madrid is not doing well in the Liga.
Yeah.
Barcelona, I said, is not doing at all well. It's
No.
like every yes, it's really open the game. Like I really like how the underdogs are like shouting out. So it's like
Yeah,
thinking
definitely.
about in champions. Sheriff is the team.
Sheriff, yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah.
Wow. I think the first Moldavian team ever be qualified in a group stage in Champions League.
Yeah.
They are top of the group,
Yeah, beating Real Madrid. I mean, what the heck? It's
What
incredible.
the heck, mate? Yeah.
And yeah, I think
It's
today we
good.
wanted to talk about some of the young players that we think are going to be the next best thing, or some of them are already close to it. If you follow our Instagram, you'll see a lot. We've posted a lot about Haaland for Borussia Dortmund. Like for me, he has a release clause. You probably know watching this. He has a release clause next summer in his contract. He can leave for I think it's 68 million pounds. I don't know what that is in euros. You can tell me, Angela, but not a lot of money in today's game for this caliber of
Exactly.
player. Like I think next year is going to be crazy. Like we talked about the transfer market being crazy this year. Like next year we've got Haaland. There'll probably be so many clubs vying for his signature. Harry Kane might still be on the move. His price might go down considering the way it started this season. And we've got Mbappe. His contract runs out, probably going to Real Madrid. Like we've got
He wants to go away from his
wants to go.
It's like, yeah.
I mean, it's not a
Mm.
hardship, is it, to stay at PSG one more year with Messi and Neymar, but next summer he is going, isn't he? And I
He's
think
going.
for me, we've got Haaland and Mbappe that are ready to just already take over that mantle from Messi and Ronaldo. And I think I said to you a few
Mm.
weeks ago of how Messi and Ronaldo have changed the game in terms of numbers of like of stats of goals, and I think those two have grown up like watching those two, and we're already seeing like Haaland, his international record. I think it's 15 games, 12 goals, and his record for Dortmund is 48 games, 47 goals. I mean, and this is
Wow.
only 21 years of age still. Like he already had a really like over one goal per game over that record for Red Bull before that. Like I just think like we're gonna see these two players like fighting it out for like Ballon d'Or, like Messi, Ronaldo have been doing for the next 15 years, 10 years at least, 15 years. So I think the future's in good hands. I don't know what you think.
Yeah. No, I think yes, what you said was like right on the point. I think Mbappe and Haaland, yes, they really can take the stage after Messi and Ronaldo because they're really like I don't think we will ever have other two players like them, but they have a certain age right now.
Yeah,
So it's like they have to be even careful, listen to their bodies. You can see the performance as well. They're kind of like a little bit going down probably, I don't know, that's my impression. So it's like it's finally having new players coming out and
yeah,
in that area take their spot, their place.
yeah.
So yes, Mbappe is definitely one of them, and
Mm.
Haaland as well is definitely one of them. I think he might,
Who's some other top players that come to your mind?
as a young player. I
Yeah,
think I have some names about Italian players, but I don't think they will ever be on that
like that world class.
On the European podium like that,
Yeah,
Because it's kind of literally the type of our game, is like it's not exalting the single player, but it's like
yeah,
it's about team effort,
yeah, sure.
Like they're really standing out players, but they are really of very well combined with the team,
Of course,
It's
yeah,
like,
I get that. Good
that's the
defensive
thing.
minded and things.
Yes,
Like, I mean, we got Donnarumma, who's what age is he?
well,
I
he's
think,
like I think 2021.
yeah, I think we can still consider him a wonder kid considering he's a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Like
The only thing, yeah, the only thing is like he's playing one game yes, one game no. So it's
yeah,
like there's that thought that he might be burned off very soon. That's the thing about that player. That's my opinion. So
mm,
he's really good. Like he's even like a large, like big
stature,
player
yeah,
for his age. So it's like, of course, a guy like him, taller and very big, is really good in the goal.
yeah,
It's like he's playing one game yes, one game no with Navas as well. So they're both very top players, top
yeah,
goalkeepers. But like at one hand you have Donnarumma, like a wonder kid as a goal player, nominated the best player in the Euros this summer, and the other time you have like Navas
yeah.
is really good player. He's a
Experience.
little bit older, but he has experience. Yes.
Yeah, you'd like to think that maybe next year that if Donnarumma's going to stay there, that Navas move on, because you can't have a player like that just sitting on the bench, like, or
On the
two
bench,
players like
yeah,
that not playing every game in goal. Because
definitely.
yeah, I mean, I don't blame him for going to PSG, but for me, why would you go to a club where you're not first choice when you're a goalkeeper? But
Yes.
we'll see what happens there, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yes, that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I think as well, we talk about on the other end of the spectrum, we've got Pedri, the Spanish player, Barcelona. Like he plays, I was just looking up, over 70 games last season.
Yeah.
And he's not even 20. Like this young kid who was fantastic. He was fantastic at the Euros for me, like Spain's best player. He played like almost every minute, stood out
Mm.
for Barcelona last season. Like you've got a fantastic young player I think back to when I was young, and we had like Michael Owen, who just was done
Mm.
by like his mid-20s because of injuries, and he didn't he played probably less games than Pedri at this age, but I just worry a bit for him. He's such a good player, but he played in the Euros and then he played in the Olympics, and then he had a really short break and he came back, and you just think like,
That's yeah.
you're going to run him into the ground before he even reaches a good age, and I'm a bit nervous about that. But another
About
quality
yes.
player, you don't get that many games if you're not that good, but still,
Yeah, that's the thing is the amount of competitions about the games that players are having each week is not it's not just anymore your premier
yeah.
or your championship, you know. It's like now there is the national break about
Yeah.
yes, so
They're
between
talking about World Cup every 2 years. I mean, that's a joke in my mind.
yeah, you need to think about yeah injuries in this kind of in that
Yeah.
kind of way. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get that it's about money. That's just reality of the
Mm.
game and business. But these players are people as well. It's just, yeah,
No
they can
machines,
only,
yes.
yeah, their bodies can only do so much. I am a bit worried about. I guess this is something we can keep an eye on, but I am a bit worried about the state of how the game will go in terms of these things. But I don't know. There's still things to be hopeful. Like as an English person, I know a lot of people who are not English will say, "Oh, typical English person." But I think we have good young players like Bellingham for me, like for Dortmund. I think he's 18 now, playing every game, getting assists in the Champions League. Like I think is incredible, and people like Foden for me, he doesn't get enough game time. Like again, on the opposite spectrum, I think he is really should be starting for England, should be starting for Man City more. Like I think he is just fantastic. So I think there is like things to hope for. Mason Greenwood for my team
Greenwood,
started the
yes.
season really well after having a breakthrough season 2 seasons ago, and then almost having that second season syndrome last year. Has started this season really well, which is fantastic. So yeah, yeah.
That's really cool.
But no, there's lots of things to I look forward to, and we want to hear from anyone in the comments, don't we? You know, who are your favorite young players? Who's some young players we don't know about? What about the women's game, Angela?
About the women's game, yeah, like about yeah, you can say about yeah. I just like most of the time following Arsenal, you know,
Yeah.
Arsenal and Man City, Chelsea, those teams.
Who
So
are some young
kind
players
of
though? We talked about Lauren James before. Like we haven't seen much of
uh,
her this season, but for me is
yeah,
really
yeah, that's
amazing.
true. Yes.
But is there some others that are in your mind, young
Say
players?
someone that is sending is not really like nearly it's she's my age, so she's not like 2000 generation, you know, but it's like Leah Williamson that
Oh yeah.
in the last couple of games with the Lioness she was chosen to be the captain.
Oh yeah.
There's like
Yeah, I saw
24
that.
years old, so yeah, that's pretty cool for like
Yeah.
having other players even with more experience of her, you know. So it's like she's a really good, solid defenders, and yeah, she played as well in the UK team in Tokyo in the Olympics, and she played okay. We're
Yeah.
like two small games, but it's like yes, being chosen by captain for the future of the Lionesses and future you know, as well of Arsenal team is. I think it's really looking forward to her career and
Mm.
as her as a player. Yeah.
Yeah, exciting. I've been watching a bit of the Man United women and the Lionesses. Ella Toon for me, I think she's 22 years old.
Yeah.
She's a standout player for Man United, and also got some games with the Lionesses too. Um, she's like an attacking midfielder, plays just behind the striker, that sort of role, and her vision, and it's just I think she's fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing how she progresses this season. There's definitely a few in there, isn't there? Um, in that women's game as well. Again, if there's other women that you think have started the season really well, other young women in the women's game, let us know. I think that'll be us for now. We are busy people. But yeah, get involved in the comments. Let us know what you'd love us to talk about in the future. Maybe we can do some Q&As. Check out our Instagram. We'll put the link up. And yeah, like I said, this is a place for women to have a view and an opinion. So we'd love to hear yours. Yeah. Thank you so much, Angela, for your time.
Thank you, Claire. And yes, let us know what you are watching these days. You know, what is your favorite Liga, your favorite like champion to follow, and yes, let us know your favorite player and your opinion of these Wonder Kids, if they're going to burn out so soon or they're going to be the next generation of top players.
Yeah, let us know. Hit subscribe if you enjoyed this. Hit the like button. Until next time, see you guys.
See ya, guys. Thank you, Claire, again.
Okay.